All right, so I'm just gonna give you this bag of coins here, and we'll see what happens. I'm kind of excited for this.
Uh-oh.
Buy your gold and silver online from SD Bullion. New customers get gold or silver at spot by visiting sdbullion.com/new.
All right, headed back to Harry's coin shop. Super excited. Haven't been here in a few weeks. Let's go talk to Harry. Hey, good morning.
Hey, morning.
What's up, Adrian?
Good morning.
What's up, Harry?
Dragons.
Good to see ya. And you're new. What's your
name's Richard.
Richard? Hey, nice to meet you. So, what's going on, Harry?
Just trying to keep up with the demand. Got a lot of silver in yesterday, in rounds, in bars, 10 ounce and 1 ounce. Even got some gold buffaloes.
Ooh, gold buffaloes.
But wait, and 90%. We got 20,000 dimes in on Monday.
Look at all that. Wow.
$2,000 bags.
So, let's see. Junk's going for 24X right now.
Right.
Look at all this. Yeah, you've got tons of silver. And so demand's been pretty strong.
Yeah, been pretty steady.
Yeah. I haven't been here, I think, in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So it's been just more of the same. People buying silver, gold, everything.
Everything. A little bit of quiet during the nice weather the first few days, the first few sunny days. I always joke that maybe coins are an indoor sport.
Yeah. That's funny. Well, it does rain a lot here typically, so that's probably
It's always
good for
good
business.
for business.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
Get out of the rain, they come to the coin shop.
Yeah. So most people, are they buying or selling or?
Lately buying,
Really?
yes.
And is it mostly silver or gold, or what's it like?
Well, gold, that's never the majority because most people can't afford gold to
Right.
the extent that they can afford silver.
Yeah.
So it's always going to be led by silver.
Well, it is interesting too. The price has come down since the last video. Silver is under $24 today, and gold under $2,000. So you'd think stackers would be excited about these low prices and try and buy the dip.
The real smart ones do, but honestly, the demand goes way up when the price shoots up. Because what happens is people who don't normally buy talk about it in the, I guess you call it the lay media, the non-coin media,
Right.
and start to feel left out.
Yeah. Yeah, the FOMO.
The FOMO.
Well, you mentioned you have some bars, and let's see, we got Germania. These ones are kind of cool too. How do you say that? Nadir?
Yep, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, dear.
Oh, those are cool.
A nice little assay card. And
Yeah, I've never seen 1 ounce bars with an assay card. It's very, very different.
And then people are noting the serial numbers, and we've had people buying them to get the serial numbers in there.
consecutive order.
They want the consecutives?
Yeah.
It's sort of a lot of security features though for 1 ounce of silver. What's their price compared to like the silver rounds?
They're the same.
Really?
Yeah, we're selling them for $30 an ounce, just like the rounds.
Wow, so I could buy a 1 ounce silver buffalo for $30, or I could get one of these, I guess, carded pieces of silver for the same price?
Same price.
That's crazy. Yeah, it looks like you guys got a ton of stuff in stock. How have the Silver Eagles been doing? Are people still buying those, or?
At $40 each, not nearly as much as the rounds or the other government ounces. In fact, we're very low on other government ounces. All we have right now are some Philharmonics from Austria.
Really?
Got some silver Krugerrands coming in tomorrow, but because they're sovereign coins and because their premium's about $8 less than an Eagle, they sell pretty well.
Yeah.
Hard to keep in stock.
Yeah, but they still are more expensive than the rounds. If people
For
wanted
sure.
the cheapest.
But only by, I think, currently $2.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So for $2 extra, you could get a Krugerrand or a Philly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
If they're available.
Yeah, for sure. We did talk about gold a little bit. You have, let's see, we have a Kangaroo, one Krugerrand. You guys been selling the Krugerrands.
Yeah, it's still the best-selling gold coin in the world.
What year are these buffaloes?
2023. Let me give you a closer look.
Oh, man. Really want to get one of these.
What we're having trouble getting are the fractional gold pieces, like 10th ounce, quarter ounce, even half ounce. They remain back ordered.
So from your wholesaler, they're not selling them at all? Like you just
You
can't
can
get
get
them?
in line, but they just say not available. You
Really?
just get in the queue.
That's crazy. So it's not even like the premium is that high. They're not trying to price you out.
They don't have any.
Wow.
Because people want gold, and a lot of people who can't afford an ounce, use an entry-level amount like a 10th ounce.
Yeah.
It's still not a great way to buy gold, because when you add up the premiums on a 10th ounce, you're paying about $500 over spot per ounce.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, they're sold out.
Demand for the gold has been so high that I've seen fractional gold come in here, and we had a 1/4 ounce, and I kid you not, as soon as that guy left, 2 minutes later, another gentleman walks in and buys it.
Really?
They lay in
Serious.
wait.
And that's happened more than once in the short period of time I've been on the team.
Yeah. So you can't even keep them in stock. They just immediately sell.
Immediately.
Definitely.
So the best way to buy gold is to save up and buy 1 ounce at a time?
Absolutely.
Is that what you do, Adrian? 1 ounce at a time?
It's why pay the higher premiums if you don't have to? Just wait a little longer, and then you're able to get the full ounces like these guys here. So.
Yeah, but you usually buy the kilos, right?
Oh yeah. Well, the 1,000-ounce bars. I mean, it's
Yeah.
forklift and.
Typically, gold has lower premiums than silver.
Silver, when you get the Eagle, is very, very expensive. We're talking at $40 each, they're $16.25 over spot.
Wow.
And it's because the mint's not keeping up with the demand, and so we're having to pay a lot just to have them in inventory.
Yeah.
And not just us, all dealers.
Well, it's kind of crazy times right now for the Silver Eagles. Do you think things are going to get better? Do you think the mint is going to improve, or is it pretty much not going to happen?
My understanding is that the mint has to buy from U.S. refiners. That's the law.
Okay.
And those same refiners are getting more for the silver overseas. And so they're not restricted as to who they sell to, but the mint is restricted as to who they buy from. And it's creating a planchet shortage at the mint, and they're not keeping up with the demand. So the Eagles that are out in the world, in the marketplace, are going for a premium because it's that or you don't get any.
Yeah. Well, but there are more Eagles out there than any other bullion silver coin, right?
It's the most popular bullion silver coin in the world, but even at that, there's not enough to fill the demand currently.
Well, we live in a crazy world. One of the reasons I wanted to come down today, Harry, was in a previous video, I brought a few coins, and you gave me your opinion on how much you thought they were worth, and you said, oh, maybe bring some more challenging coins down. So I brought a whole bunch today. You want to give me an appraisal?
Well, with the help of my esteemed colleagues, we'll do our best.
All right, so I'm just going to give you this bag of coins here, and we'll see what happens. I'm kind of excited for this.
Uh-oh.
All right, so I definitely brought an assortment. We've got gold, silver, we've got numismatics, we've got a whole bunch of stuff here, and there are a few curveballs. They might not all be exactly what they
This
appear to
one's
be.
fake.
You know it right off the bat?
Yep. Smaller, and the sound that it made when it clinked against that. It's just when you deal with thousands and thousands of them a day, it's like.
Dude, that took you like 1 second.
He does it by sense of smell.
He just immediately goes, this one's fake. Wow, I thought that maybe would trick you.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, Harry pointed this one out. That one's also.
Very suspicious.
That's another fake right there?
Well, the color's wrong.
What? That's not real gold?
Well, if you look at that, that's definitely real. And that eagle, they're both eagles, but they should be the same color. And this one has more of a 24 karat looking color, which implies probably a nice gold plating. And this is the 22 karat eagle.
Ah, you caught me. So we got two fakes here.
Two fugazis.
So how much are these worth?
They're just a novelty.
Nothing?
When I buy them accidentally, and I do make mistakes, I put them in a box called my tuition box because I get to learn from my mistake.
Okay. So those are worthless. What else do we got here, though? We got a nice assortment.
Richard, you may be better weigh in on this one. This is from North Korea.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this is a 1 won coin. So in North Korea, they use the years since they what do you call that? When I believe it was their little ideology was founded. So it's the 89th year after that, which would correspond to the year 2000.
Okay.
I wouldn't know off the top of my head what something like this would be worth, so I would take the time to look it up, check auction records, and then either make an offer or let somebody know what I think the value would be based off of that information.
Okay, so you'd have to do some more research.
Oh, absolutely. And you would also want to make sure that the records you're looking at are more recent ones. Because I've seen coins, where people say, oh, this coin only sold for, $60, but that was way back in 2008. And you're looking at sales in 2022 or 2023, and now you're seeing it's a $300 or $400 coin.
Right. All right, so we have some fake ones, and this one's to be determined, I guess, right?
I think this would qualify in the to be determined department too. This ancient coin from Indo-Scythia. It's not something that, at least I would know off the top of my head, but because it's in a certified NGC holder, it would be easy enough to research.
Yeah.
Probably what I would do is I probably would go to eBay sold listings and see what the market is doing with these currently.
Yeah.
There may not be many because it's not your everyday ancient coin. I also could look at what dealers are selling it for, either an auction or just in listings, dealers who specialize in ancient coins. So some of these just aren't going to happen off the top of one's head.
Yeah. So they're more specialty. You got to research and figure out what they're worth.
And actually, I think customers appreciate when you don't just throw a number out when it's obviously something that's, not say a bullion piece. Is that another one?
Another fake.
Is there another fake in there?
Oh yeah.
Are you kidding me?
What gave it away, Adrian?
Just the little shine, the weight.
You could just tell?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Wow. Look at that.
Is he right?
Yeah, definitely. Like the radial lines are too far apart.
Yep.
They're not very good at faking the security features. So yeah, let's see if it's magnetic. Huh?
You know what? Yeah, one of the most important tools we use in the first line of defense on suspected counterfeit is to see if it sticks to a magnet. That doesn't. So even if it's fake, it's definitely not a ferrous metal or nickel.
And one thing that I've learned with a lot of fake coins.
Gold should not stick to a magnet, folks.
One thing that I've learned with a lot of counterfeits, they usually put them in these hard plastics.
Yeah.
And most of the time, if you try to open it, it's very hard to do so. The thing is, they don't want you weighing it. They don't want you testing it. They just want you to look at it and, probably deceive somebody.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Okay, so those are all worthless. We got a few to be determined over here. So these ones need more research. What about some of the other coins here?
This one's fake too.
What? Oh my goodness. I really thought I was going to get you guys with that one.
No.
That is the best fake silver eagle.
Take me to school, Adrian.
I've
because
ever
it's not
seen.
Jumping out at me.
All right, so the first thing, that date is too big. I know they redid the date on the newer ones, but it's not looking right. The size feels kind of small. The weight is off. It's too thick. And then the bird looks like, I don't know, just a little less majestic than the originals.
But does it have the security feature on it?
Yeah, I think I saw it on that right there.
Yeah, it has the security feature.
And I think they even put it in the right place too.
They did. Yep. Yeah, this is, I believe it's made out of copper, and they just plated it with silver.
Yeah,
So-
wow.
Yeah, I did a video on this particular coin, and it's doing pretty well. I'll put a link to it in the description if you want to learn about these fake silver eagles that are flooding the market. But hey, over here at Harry's Coin Shop, they're able to spot them pretty quick.
Well, Adrian was. I honestly, it didn't jump out at me. But
Yeah.
that's why there's more than one of us here.
Yeah, well, just so you guys know, these were the 4 fakes that I brought.
Yeah.
Everything else here, I believe, is real and authentic.
This reminds me of how you stumped us last week. This looks like a Marvel Comics collectible that we better not price at normal bullion.
We learned quick.
And it's MS-70.
Yeah, I brought in one of my coolest Marvel pieces, And I was just curious what you guys would think about the price on this particular one, because it's actually the error version. And you can see up at the top, 2018, but it's supposed to be 2021. So if we look at the date, zoom in here, you can see the 2018. So I think there was only maybe like 100 or something of those in the error variety, but I believe this is the only one that's PCGS graded and is 70.
Wow, congratulations. That's a nice piece to own.
This is an interesting piece. It's looks to be ancient Greek. Have to do a little research on the reverse, but you can usually tell a Greek coin because it's got Greek writing on the backside, though there are exceptions. Sometimes Roman coins minted at Egypt will have Greek writing too, but what are your thoughts?
This looks like it's supposed to be it's definitely a Greek coin. You could tell because the, like Harry was saying, the writing. You also have, if I'm right, this is Alexander the Great with the lion's head mane helmet on him.
Those sell well because even if you don't know ancients, most everyone's heard of Alexander the Great, and so that's actually a popular coin.
This is really pity. That could just be from being buried. But this is definitely something you'd want to weigh, take measurements on, and then possibly even send off.
On this particular one, is that something you would make an offer on, or you would say, hey, this needs to be graded, or?
No, I might make an offer on it. I think I have. This is very close to that. We'd offer strong money for that. And
Really?
Probably get it put in an NGC holder just so that people would be comfortable buying it as authentic, or as authentic as we can guarantee it to be.
What would you say the grade on the one I brought in is compared to this one that you have?
I actually like yours better. There's
Really?
A little more detail in it, yeah. Probably a VF, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
Very
VF.
fine.
Now,
This is a fine. I think yours is a very fine.
So what would you offer me for a coin like that?
You know, we'd have to get it graded, and that there's a cost attached to that, but, you know, at least $100.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's amazing.
That's a very cool coin.
So we got $100 on an ancient coin. Very happy to hear that. I did bring in some older U.S. mint coins.
Yeah.
Which I'd be really curious to know what you'd pay for something like these ones.
So what we would do on these are called type coins. A type coin is an example of a series. Someone who collects type coins isn't looking to collect every date or mint mark, but rather an example of each series. And on U.S. type coins, unless that's a real key date, which is unlikely, we would go to the gray sheet on this.
Really?
We would apply, you know, in our best judgment, what the grade is, and look at what the gray sheet is on these coins. But the gray sheet would be very, very helpful. We wouldn't need to go to auction records for any of these. These are all coins that are listed. Unlike, you know, ancient coins, these series are all very much listed in the catalogs. You have two 2-cent pieces. You have a 3-cent nickel, actually two of them, and you have here a flying eagle cent, kind of in rough shape. But this was a very short-lived series right before the Indian head cent and right after the large cent series ended. And that's probably a $10 coin, even in rough shape.
It's a 1 cent coin, and you pay $10 for that?
Sure.
Wow, that's cool.
And these are half cents. These are actually classic head half cents that were contemporaries to the U.S. large cent.
What do you think you pay for something like that, for a half a cent?
I'd have to look that up, but these are probably, you know, $12 to $15, maybe a little more. They're very worn, so the condition is probably good and very good, but dark.
Yeah.
But if someone's putting together a type collection, they'd be affordable ways to fill that hole in that book.
Wow. So like $15 for half a cent. We're doing pretty good.
Inflation.
Yeah, that's inflation,
It's
right?
going up.
So on this one here, it's kind of hard to see the date because I think the 9 is over an 8, or there's some type of a weird thing going on with the date, but I think it's a 1819. 50-cent piece, so $half there. So what would be about what you'd pay for something like that?
I would look at this coin, I would say VF details cleaned, maybe harshly cleaned at some point, but still a nice example with details. Probably go back to fine money, looking at $103, and go back of that to say $70 or $80. Just the way my thinking is on that coin.
Wow.
But I also might want to check and see if there's any sales on varieties like this, because it is a small 9 and it looks like that 9 is struck over something else. The gray sheet doesn't specifically mention this, but other sources would.
Yes,
like
yeah.
Richard mentioned the Overton series. Overton cataloged these coins by many varieties by year.
So it's possible this one could be worth a little bit more.
Definitely. It's not easily picked out of the gray sheet because of the variety. May I make a comment about what we're doing here?
Sure.
Versus another kind of appraisal, if you will?
Sure.
Sometimes people come in with fungible or things that all go together, like a bag of Roosevelt dimes. And I tell them this will be quick, I'll run it through the counter. There are no rare dates in this series, we just need to know how many.
Yeah.
Versus when someone comes in with a collection like this that has all kinds of variety, and we do get them, putting aside the counterfeits, we would tell people right up front, this is going to take a while.
Really?
Particularly when you have ancients in here. To do it right, if you have time, we're going to have to do a little research. And if people don't have time, we'll ask them to leave it with us or come back when they do, because unlike counting coins that are all the same, this actually takes, to do it right, it takes time, it takes a little research, and it's quite a different appraisal.
Yeah. So looking at what I brought in, how long do you think it would take for you to give me a number for this whole collection here?
I'd want an hour.
Really?
Whereas this might be 10 minutes or
Yeah.
less, depending on how many coins I had to count in our machine. If you went to a coin shop and they glanced at this and said, I'll give you X dollars without doing any kind of close up or look in a book or look on the computer, I'd walk.
Yeah.
I would.
So they're probably just guessing and really lowballing you if they're doing that.
I don't even know if they're lowballing you. What they are doing is guessing.
Yeah.
They're lazy.
Yeah.
This takes work.
This would be a pretty long video if we took the whole hour
I know.
to do all these coins. But we do have a few big ones here that maybe you could give me a number on. So we have a Libertad. This is a 1 ounce silver from 2022. And we have a 1 ounce American Gold Eagle from 2021. And then this one was kind of a fun coin I threw in there. But what would you pay for these sort of bullion items?
Well, I may defer to Adrian on the 2 silver pieces, but the gold, I would look at the board here and I'd say spots at 1983.60. And I'm paying spot plus 20 for gold eagles, and I'd come up with the price right away. Of course, we would test it and weigh it to make sure it's real, even though it looks real. For $2,000 some, we're going to absolutely make sure.
Yeah. Okay.
These, Adrian, these are a little better. They're not just, silver rounds. They're a little better than that.
Yeah, so these I've seen them going for about like $40. Something like this, I feel comfortable, just 35 or
Okay.
so. On the specific date, of course, there's ones from the 90s that go for a lot more than that. But yeah, that's what I would be at that one. This one here, I always like to look them up whenever they have any type of character, just based on vintage, kind of like that Spider-Man coin that we have.
Yeah. This one isn't super exciting.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 2023. I've seen them around. I'd be probably at around $30 for that coin.
Okay.
It's what I would say without looking it up, of course.
All right, so we have a pretty good idea on most of these. Were you able to look up any of these rare ones over here?
This 2018, which is actually 2021, Tulu, what's called a mule. So they took a obverse die from a different year. It was supposed to be 2021 die, and they used a 2018 die to strike this.
Yeah.
And I was seeing in Mint State 70 that these coins are selling for about $600.
Wow. That's not bad, huh?
For an ounce of silver.
And so just considering, that, we would be well over. That would probably be one of the most expensive silver bullion pieces we would ever buy.
Wow. All right, so quite a bit of money for 1 ounce of silver there. What about for this one? This is kind of an oddball, I know.
Yes, so part of the problem is countries like Iran, North Korea, Cuba, you're not going to be able to find many listings online because of embargoes, trade sanctions, things like that. So to keep their hands clean, the auction companies don't like to sell those coins unless they know for sure that it's okay. So for this one, I wasn't able to find anything, and the only resource I had was a catalog price on NGC that said in a proof 65 the coin was worth $16.
$16. Okay.
So I have, if the mintage is really at 300, I would tell somebody, I based off the catalog, I would be more comfortable going off that price, but do hold on to it because things could change. You don't want to sell something that's one of 300 if you don't have to.
Yeah. So if I really wanted to sell it, you maybe pay like $10 or something for a coin like that.
Oh, absolutely. I would honestly be a little uncomfortable if it's really only a 300 mintage, but that's where I'd want to be at.
Yeah. Okay.
And imagine if the embargo ever lifted, that could really take off.
Yeah.
If you could actually, put it on eBay or sell it openly like that.
Well, I think we have a pretty good idea of most of the coins in here. You guys did a great job picking out all of the fake ones I brought in really quickly. And you were able to give me price on pretty much everything here. And of course, you would need more time for these particular coins. But I think that gives people a pretty good idea of sort of what they can expect when they bring coins in to be appraised. I think it was pretty fun. I definitely brought in some curveballs. But there's been some kind of noise in the background. I'm curious. This hole in the wall was not there last time I was here. Can we see what's going on?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Come on around. Adrian is really leading the project here next door. What we've done is we've taken over what was once a beauty shop next door, and we're turning it into our online business center. We hired a guy who's a whatnot professional who's all he's going to do is whatnot all day long.
Really? And it's going to be in this space down here?
Maybe as early as next week. We'll invite you back, once we have it all set
Yeah,
up.
I can see the finished thing.
We got it all planned out, so...
This is going to be your office here, Adrian?
Step into my office. You want dragons?
Let's check it out. Wow. Yeah, it looks nice.
Finishing the paint and should be furnishing it here pretty soon.
Yeah, very cool. This is a big addition for you, Harry.
It's big. We're doubling our square footage, but also doubling or more our footprint in the marketplace, not just retail anymore, bricks and mortar, which is very important to us, always will be. But we're going to get with the times and eBay, whatnot, Instagram, and whatever else is coming.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, this was super fun, Harry. I really appreciate the time. Always great to talk to you.
Same here.
So we'll have to do it again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Adrian, good to see you.
Good to see you.
And Richard, nice to meet you.
Absolutely. Hope we learned something today.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I'll be back for sure.
Thank you.